Hello everyone. Welcome to our 26th lecture. This lecture is based on types of circuit breaker. We have four parts of this types of circuit breaker. In this part 1, we will discuss about air circuit breaker and air blast circuit breaker. Actually, circuit breaker is divided based on the voltage capacity or voltage rating. We have high voltage circuit breaker and a low voltage circuit breaker. In low voltage circuit breaker, we have miniature circuit breaker, MCB, molded case circuit breaker, MCCB, and fuses. That you know. Okay. Now we'll switch on to the high voltage circuit breaker. We have five different types of high voltage circuit breaker based on the arc quenching medium they are using. We have air circuit breaker, which uses air at atmospheric pressure. We have air blast circuit breaker ABCB, which uses pressurized air as arc quenching medium. Oil circuit breaker OCB uses transformer oil as arc quenching medium. Sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker uses SF6 gas, and VCB vacuum circuit breaker uses vacuum for arc interruption. Miniature circuit breaker used for 400 to 600 volt small current rating. Air brake circuit breaker used for 400 volt to 11 kV low voltage rating. Minimum oil circuit breaker used for low voltage to medium voltage 3.3 kV to 220 kV. Vacuum circuit breaker used for 3.3 to 33 kV, that is medium voltage application. SF6 circuit breaker used for medium to high voltage application 3.3 to 765 kV. Air blast circuit breaker used for high voltage to extra high voltage 66 kV to 1100 kV. To start with air brake circuit breaker, the ACB is used for low voltage to medium voltage distribution system. The process of arc interruption in ACB is achieved by natural deionization of the arc or by cooling action. The elongation of the arc and its cooling increases the resistance of the arc at the time of short circuit interruption. The energy dissipated in the arc is very high. That's why this circuit breaker we are using voltage level up to 12 kV. It is used only for low and medium power AC and DC distribution system. Different methods are used to increase the effective resistance of an arc in an ACB. We'll see working principle of air brake circuit breaker ACB. The working principle of this breaker is different from those other types of circuit breaker. The main aim of all kind of circuit breaker is to prevent a re-establishment of arcing after post zero by creating a situation where the contact gap will withstand a system recovery voltage. The air circuit breaker does the same but in different manner. For interrupting arc, it creates an arc voltage in excess of the supply voltage. What is this arc voltage? Arc voltage is defined as the minimum voltage required for maintaining the arc. And in air circuit breaker, we are increasing this arc voltage. Okay. This circuit breaker increases the arc voltage mainly by three different ways. We are increasing the arc voltage which is required for maintaining the arc. But continuously deionization process or cooling is going on. That means if we are increasing the arc voltage and if that voltage is not built up, definitely arc will get extinguished. So we have three different ways for it, either by cooling, second by lengthening, or by splitting. We'll see it. First, it may increase the arc voltage by cooling the arc plasma. As the temperature of arc plasma is decreased, the mobility of particle in an arc plasma is reduced. Hence, definitely if you are cooling the arc, so definitely more voltage gradient is required to maintain the arc, and that voltage gradient is not available there, so arc get extinguished. Second thing, it may increase the arc voltage by lengthening the arc path. As the length of arc path is increased, the resistance of path is increased, and hence to maintain the same arc current, more voltage is required to be applied across the arc path. This means arc voltage is increased. But that voltage is not available with us, so arc get extinguished. Third is by splitting up the arc into number of series arcs also increases the arc voltage. This also increases the arc voltage, and these three can be achieved by the first objective is usually achieved by forcing the arc into contact with as large an area as possible of insulating material. Every circuit breaker is fitted with a chamber surrounding the contact. This chamber is called as arc chute. This is like this arc chute. Okay. As contacts start separating, it will separate and the arc will go like this. So definitely, while going like this, it cools down the arc. The arc is driven into it the arc is driven into it if inside of the arc chute is suitably shaped, and if the arc can conform to a shape, the arc chute wall will help to achieve cooling. This type of arc chute should be made from some kind of refractory material. Second objective, that is lengthening the arc path, and this is achieved concurrently with the first objective. Here we are increasing the arc path. If the inner walls of the arc chute is shaped in such a way that arc is not only forced into close proximity with it but also driven into serpentine channel. Means what? The arc chute will be, this is first, this second arc chute, third arc chute. So arc will start from here, it will go like this. So it will take as a serpentine shape. So arc length of the arc get increased. The lengthening of the arc path increases the arc resistance. The third objective is achieved by using metal arc splitter inside the arc chute. The main arc chute is divided into number of small compartments by using metallic separation plate. That like this. Okay, we have different splitters. These metallic separation plates are actually the arc splitter, and each of the small compartment behaves as individual mini arc chute. In this system, the initial arc is split into number of series arcs, each of which will have its own mini arc chute. This is air circuit breaker. This is our close contact. This is our main contact. This is arcing contacts. This arc riffling in the direction of the arrow. This is arc splitter plates. This is current carrying terminals. Okay, this is arc runners. Okay, and where are getting split. Okay, this is about your air circuit breaker. We have arc splitter type air circuit breaker. This is arc runners. Here seventh is not given. This is arc runners. Arc runners where arc get into upward direction. Okay, this is arc runners. Arc splitting type air brake circuit breaker. Arc splitter type air brake circuit breaker. Here splitters are provided. Second is magnetic blowout type air brake circuit breaker. Here magnetic blowout coil is used. This magnetic blowout coil will comes in picture as the contact starts separating. When contact starts separating, current get divided through this magnetic blowout coil, and current will start due to electromagnetic action and thermal action. Current will start to go in upward direction. Okay, and then it get split, and that's why arc get quenched. This is magnetic blowout type air brake circuit breaker. In an ACB, contact separation and arc extinction takes place at atmospheric pressure. When the contacts are opened, the arc is drawn between them. The arc resistance is increased to such an extent that the system cannot maintain the arc, and thus arc is finally extinguished. The major advantage of ACB, as we know, air at atmospheric pressure is we are using as an arc quenching medium, so it is freely available. ACB is used for high current interruption at low voltages, suitable for voltage ranges from 400 volt to 12 kV. Example: electric furnaces, large motors requirement frequent starting, and in DC circuit up to 12 kV. It is also used for DC circuits. Now we will switch over to the air blast circuit breaker. The air blast circuit breaker uses air at compressed pressure or high pressure, that is 20 to 30 kg per centimeter square. Air blast circuit breaker employs high pressure air for an arc extinction. We have three basic types, or we have following types of air blast circuit breaker: axial blast type, cross blast type, and radial blast. This is also called as double blast type. In axial blast, compressed air or pressurized air is forced in the direction of the arc path. This is your fixed contact, this is moving contact. Okay, so pressurized air is forced like this, so it is in the line with the arc, or it is longitudinal to the arc path, so it is called as axial blast. Second is cross blast. Here this is fixed contact, this is moving contact. Here pressurized air is forced on the arc path perpendicularly. So this is called as cross blast. And third one is radial blast. In this it is forced in line also as well as in cross also, so it is called as double blast or radial blast. Okay. Air blast circuit breaker. This operates using high velocity blast of air which quenches the arc. It consists of blast wall, blast tube, and contacts. Blast wall contains air at high pressure. Blast tube carries the air at high pressure and opens the moving contact attached to spring. There is no carbonization of surface as in VCB. Air should be kept clean and dry to operate it properly. Now, this is one pole of an extra high voltage air blast circuit breaker. Total 15 points are given. First is your tank air reservoir where pressurized air is stored. Second is hollow insulator assembly. This is your hollow insulator assembly. Second, double arc extinction chamber. This third is your double arc extinction chamber. It have this fixed contact. Seventh one is fixed contact. This is our moving contacts. 8 is moving contacts. 4 is pneumatic operating mechanism. This is your pneumatic operating mechanism. Fifth one is pneumatic rod. 6 is pneumatic wall. 7 fixed contact. 8 moving contact. Connection of 9 is connection of current. 10 is compression springs. 11 openings for air outlet. Then arcing horns. This is arcing horns. Then resistance switching unit. This is important. This resistance switching unit, this we require for extra voltage application. You know, already we have covered this portion in our last lecture. Okay, resistance switching for high voltage application to avoid current chopping or capacitive current breaking, we have resistance switching. So this is that unit, because this ABCB we are using for extra voltage application. So this is your resistance unit, resistance switching unit. 14 is enclosure and 15 is port. Okay, this is port. Okay, this is all about your ABCBs. This is now in cross blast. Again, in this ABCB we have already seen cross blast, axial blast, cross blast, okay, and radial blast. Okay, so in cross blast we have a pressurized air perpendicular to the arc path. Okay, In axial blast, pressurized air in line with the arc path. This is our arc path, and this is pressurized air in line with the arc path or longitudinally to the arc path. This is our double blast or radial blast in both direction, in perpendicular as well as radial, as well as your axial blast or in line. This is double blast air blast circuit breaker. Advantages of ABCB over OCB. Oil circuit breaker. The growth of dielectric strength is so rapid that final contact gap needed for arc extinction is very small. This reduces the size of the device. Over oil circuit breaker. In oil, this we'll see in the next lecture. What is this OCB? Still I am covering this advantages of ABCB. The risk of fire is eliminated and less maintenance. High speed of operation and facility of high speed recloser. Due to the lesser arc energy, air blast circuit breaker are very suitable for condition where frequent operation is required. That's why we are using resistance switching. The arcing time is very small due to rapid buildup of dielectric strength between the contact. Therefore, the arc energy is only a fraction than in oil circuit breaker. So that's why less burning of the contacts. Disadvantages. There are major disadvantages. Considerable maintenance is required for the compressor plant because we require high pressure air, 20 to 30 kilogram per centimeter square air pressure we require. So that's why that compressor plant require frequent maintenance. Air blast circuit breakers are very sensitive to the variation in the rate of restriking voltage. There is a problem of restriking voltage, and there is a problem of current chopping. Upon arc interruption, ABCB produces noise when air is discharged to open the atmosphere, and that's why this ABCB we cannot install near the residential places. When we are installing near the residential places, silencer should be added to that. So we are not using ABCB near the residential places. Majority of the circuit breaker for voltages beyond 110 kV or this type, axial blast ABCB are suitable for EHV voltage application with switching resist for transient voltages. This we see that 13 is your resistor switching unit. Okay, this is all about your air brake circuit breaker and air blast circuit breaker. Whatever, as I told, it is using pressure at 20 to 30 kilogram per centimeter square. The working is explained here. Okay, you will get PDF of this in your Google Classroom. Okay, now in next, this is our part 1. In part 2 we will see about oil circuit breaker. In part 3 we will see about SF6 circuit breaker. In part 4 types of circuit breaker. Part 4 we will see vacuum circuit breaker. So again, which type of circuit breaker we are preferred for medium voltages, for low voltages, for high voltages, it is given here, but vacuum and SF6 are preferred over oil circuit breaker and air blast circuit breaker. Thank you very much.